Hey y'all, happy witching hour. It's High Priestess Jamila. So, this channel is about to start growing again fast. And I'm going to start off. Oh, shit. I think I was covering up my mic. All right, let me start my little intro over. Hello, happy witching hour. This is High Priestess Jamila. Um, what I wanted to talk about is this channel is getting ready to grow again fast. And I have a deep, very big, unprecedented, massive, cathartic desire to get certain people, certain viewers, certain prototypes, certain energies off of this channel. Period. If you a hater, I don't want you here. If you a troll, I don't want you here. If you hate witches and you hate alchemy, I don't want you here. If you hate healers, if you have limited beliefs, you don't need to be on this channel. If you don't know anything about alchemy, if you don't know anything about Native American healing practices, you know, it's known it literally why would you be on this channel? Hey, Stevan, hello. Why would you be on this channel to begin with? So you can hate? So I was talking about something. What I was talking about is the type of people that I would actually be socially in alignment with, right? And there are certain types of people that I don't like. Who's at the top of that list is people that don't know how to use socially acceptable language when speaking about certain things, like any type of sensitive topic. The one thing, I'm going to tell y'all something. The one thing that has always grinded my gears and has literally sometimes just made me, it's just made me sick to my stomach, is this certain group of people and the way they speak sexually about children. I'm not even going to lie. And these people really tested me, and they lucky they was behind a computer, because I would resort to violence if somebody were to speak sexually about any of my children. I'm not cool with that. There are some people, y'all, with the way they talk. Listen, hold on, let me pause this. I was watching Carrie. There are certain people, the way that they speak about children and people that are underage, it has nothing to do with being programmed by the white man. It has nothing to do with that. It's something that is innate in us, right? Like, I cannot ever wrap my head around people speaking sexually about children. Like, and it's so weird because y'all know that insane group of people that I be talking about, and people watch them and they're like, yeah, it just, you don't talk. Okay, that's just like, let's say a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old has sexual intercourse with their boyfriend or something. You're not supposed to speak sexually about it. It's a, it, you, it, and And you don't necessarily have to call it grape, especially if the boyfriend is her age, right? Like if they're the same age, that's typically the way that it works, is that it's usually the same age. But you don't speak about it and describe sexual acts. And I've actually heard people on here describing sexual acts with babies. And I just really want those types of people off of my channel. I know exactly how they got here. I don't like those people. I don't like their network. I am not cool with those people. And they really honestly wanted people to stay, and I was never limited within their views. I think that the people that I think their little group, probably their videos get what, 300 to 1,000 views, where if you look back on my channel, I had all of my videos average 2 to 3,000 views or more, my readings. And before they flagged it, right, before they was started the flagging campaign on my channel, that of which I got a surprise for anybody falsely flagging any of my channels. I got something for you, baby. I promise you that. I'm ready for you this time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't mess with people like that. Like, I don't F with you. I can't sit and listen to grown people describe sexual acts with kids. I have always been put off by it. And I have always rejected it. I want those people off of my channel. This is one of the reasons why I don't put my children up here. This is one of the reasons why I wanted all of my children to leave social media. My kids, they do have their social media accounts. It's their right to do so. However, like, for example, my grandchildren, I would not feel, just hearing that and knowing that it's extremely abnormal to speak that way, but it's normalized for those people. I've never, ever, ever, I'm gonna tell y'all a personal story. I started having sex at a young age, and I spoke to my grandmother about it, actually. And the way my grandmother handled speaking to me about that, this lady was like one of the most graceful, just classy, just beautiful, you know, um, the way that she handled that conversation with me. My grandmother didn't start yelling at me. She didn't get on the horn and said, "Oh, you know that she fucking and da 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 da, and that she a whore and da 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 da, and she." My grandmother never did that. But you know what? The type of people that we're dealing with probably went through that. Probably. They didn't have nobody to confide in. And you know what? Those things, the way people spoke about certain things around them, like, don't get me wrong, like, when I was around my family, of course, there were certain things that I would hear, but to speak, because when you eavesdropping or whatever on an adult conversation, but to just start speaking directly and sexually to the children, no. Like, it's like, what in the world is this? And I just want those people off of my channel. I wish, hey, Stevan, I wish that I could literally make all of those people forget that I ever existed. Like, it would only be fair for that to happen, for my memory in those people's minds to just go, because first of all, it's an incompatibility type of thing. Like, I have never, and then I can't stand some of those people There was this one girl, and she gets not a lot of views. Like, getting 1,000 views ain't nothing. I've had two viral channels before. Like, my Terry Cloud 97 channel had more views than this one. And I'm talking about thousands of views per video, 5,000, 10,000. I had a video that had over 1 million on that channel. So they don't really get that many views. These people, they don't. She literally, because my son was laughing and being a baby, made up something sexual about it. If you're the type of person that would repeat that, if you're the type of person that would, I'm not going to repeat it, but basically, if you're the type of person that would repeat or describe a child sexually, like in a sexual position, automatically I'm going to think that you're a pedophile. Automatically, I'm not going to like you. Automatically, I'm going to know where your head is at, and you're not going to be somebody socially that I want to deal with. So I am so ready to rebuild my community, my way, not these people coming to my channel like, with all they hate and they visceral and their ignorance and their weirdness. I don't want to be associated with any of these weird people. For example, sex trafficking. Listen, I've never in my life sold my body. So why would I ever be aligned with people that sold their body? Why would I be aligned with people like that? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a woman too. I'm a woman too. Okay. However, I'm not the type of woman, and I've nor have I ever hung with that type of woman that is for the streets. It's somebody that's gonna take a young girl and take advantage of her because I want to eat that week. No, it's never been a struggle for me. Morals have never been a struggle for me. I have always lived a life built and based around purity and morals. I have never in my life been involved with stuff like that. So why would that's just like this group of people, they always talking about prostituting. Those are conversations that I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to sit and listen to that. Like, that's not equally yoked with you. Why is that a problem? Why is that? Why is that a problem? That shouldn't be a problem, should it? It shouldn't. It shouldn't be a problem. So I am so ready for this channel to grow and for it to be people that are coming over here to get astrology readings, people coming over here to get tarot readings, people coming over here to talk about spiritual stuff. Not ghetto, low vibratory crap that I'm not interested in. And it's unfair. It's unfair for a person to even be subjected. Like, I've been talking about, well, I've been talking about it less and less, obviously, but just randomly about like the culture of some people. And like my experiences in Georgia was based upon stalkers and what they were about, right? Otherwise, when I was in Georgia, I probably would have connected with better people and not had that experience. But unfortunately, I did, and that's just what it is. And everything happens for a reason. Everything is based on the journey. However, seeing that part of Georgia where ignorance, marginalization, desperation, and just seeing the trafficking. that, and just knowing that it existed. There's people that probably live in Georgia that would never even think about things like that. But the experiences that I was having was based upon the stalkers that I was dealing with. And so, it really, like, I think that yesterday morning, okay, it's a TMI gross moment I'm about to say. I think I literally emptied out things that were stuck in my stomach. Like, literally, I had, and it wasn't diarrhea, it was just explosive. Like, I felt like I had some kind of colonic or something. Like, it was so weird how I cleansed myself out. Because I would, like, and it's uncomfortable to me. It's uncomfortable to me. That's just like years ago. There was this Facebook video, and I'm so glad that Facebook cleaned up their act. So, well, a little bit, but yeah, Facebook has cleaned it up a whole lot. There was this video of a glory hole. There was literally a glory hole video up, and it made me feel so uncomfortable seeing that man go from hole to hole. It just literally, I'm like, why would somebody want to have sex like that? Why? Like, ill. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I used to watch porn too. But if somebody had sent me the video, I haven't even, do y'all know how long it's been since I watched any porn? I don't watch any porn whatsoever. I think I stopped watching porn in 2017, period. Like, no porn whatsoever. For what? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes away from your sexual energy. And I feel like it's watching porn to me, it's almost like you're having sex with that person. It's like a sexual, it's like an energy exchange. And so that's why I don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna self pleasure, I'm gonna do it by myself with my own thoughts and my own visions and my own body. And so I just don't feel comfortable with it. I don't feel comfortable with people that are perverted, people that I'm not equally yoked with, even knowing that I exist, because in reality, those people shouldn't even know that I exist. That was an accident. Literally, the way that we look at that is that it was a mistake. There's no way I would ever have been aligned with people like that. And it had nothing to do with the internet. The internet would not have ever eventually led those people to me, not even the internet. You cannot sit down and have a conversation with me ever. Nobody. You would get cussed out. If you were to sit down and have a conversation with me and you're speaking sexually about children, you're going to get cussed out and I'm not going to talk to you. There's certain things that I don't want to talk about. There's certain things that I don't even want to hear about. And I'm not a complete prude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch P Valley. I enjoy P Valley. Anybody know what P Valley is? Oh yeah, they are they still connected with each other? Mm. All I know is that it's just certain things that I don't want to be bothered with, certain energies. No, thank you. And even though I got revenge porn dropped on me, those people could never, that they can't take away from me. You didn't take away my chastity. You didn't take away my purity. You didn't take that away from me. I think that people that drop revenge porn, I think that that's what they want to do. Would you turn me into a porn star? You turn me into a whore? No, you didn't. So anyway, yeah, I'm just ready for this channel to grow and move forward. And yeah, I'm just not into trashy. I'm just not into trash, you know? And I have friends that I even talk to about sex. But that's adults. That's adult talk. It's you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different. It's very, very different. It is. It's very different. Just when you have a conversation, when you mention certain things about sex or like some of my female friends, you know what I'm saying? But it's a difference. It really is. It's a difference between speaking about certain things and holding some kind of class with it versus being yuck. I like, honestly, and that doesn't mean that I don't have fun in the bedroom with my man. That does, you know, I personally don't feel the need to come to YouTube and have conversations with anybody about sex. Like, I don't want to talk about it at all with nobody on social media. Just weird. But then again, especially like certain people will forever be on my shit list. And it's not going to change. I'm not going to ever change the way that I feel about you ever because you've already done it. You've already given me my first impression of you. And I'm not going to change it. And then especially if you did it over and over again. I'm going to make a decision. You can't force somebody to like you. You can't force somebody to like you. If I don't even like you, if I don't like the way you talking, your communication, I don't like you. Even when it comes to men, there's certain ways that, like, if a man is going to speak about sex, there's certain ways that would be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? But like, I enjoy watching content creators that are men that don't talk about sex. Why? I don't know. It doesn't interest me. I don't want to, and I'm not subscribed to anybody that 20 times during a live stream is gonna tell somebody else to suck them off, or I mean, I will say stuff like get off my cooch, you know what I'm saying? But to sit up there and just throw myself out there sexually is something that, as you know, and this started years ago, but as I've gotten older, I have put up boundaries. And you're supposed to. And I just want people that are looking to have respectful conversations. Respectful conversations. You know, especially that's just like I wanted to come on here and talk about Saturn, how Saturn's getting ready to go out of retrograde on the 27th of November. I'll talk about it later today. Hmm. What in the world? Oh, okay. I think I know what that is. Yeah. Just not into it. And I never have been into it, you know. It's been times years ago, maybe 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, where I may have had a couple of glasses of wine and may have, been open. But that was like literally, I'm almost 50 now. I'm not interested. And when I see older people doing that, it's like, okay, we've all had sex before. Why you got to throw it all out there? Like, it just is weird to me. Hey, Unicali, I'm not saying that nobody else can be into it if that's what you into. That's just like, well, I'm a little. I mean, if you want to make a little joke about P. Diddy or whatever and the baby oil or whatever, I've seen some of the people that I like actually kind of make a joke about it. But it just, that was so like last year, like 2 years ago. Like, I don't want to continuously hear P. Diddy baby oil jokes. Like, I like it just, it's not something that I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like, and remember I made that live stream where I was saying things that we need to stop talking about in 2025, and P Diddy was at the top of the list. I don't want to talk about P Diddy anymore. I don't want to ever talk about him again. I don't want to. We know what he did. We know what he's about, and there's no need for anybody to like dwell on it. Like, I don't want to dwell on it. I don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? What else can we do? Cassie is married. She's got a couple of kids that she's got, and she's moving on, and it just is what it is. I don't, once I've talked about something, that's just like Norman Bates. Hell, I ain't watched the movie Psycho in a while, right? But the subject has kind of came up here lately, the Norman Bates or whatever. But do I want to sit and talk about it all the time? No. Well, first of all, it's not necessarily my genre. If I bring it up in conversation to describe something, then that's different. But like, and the thing of it is that I can be interesting, and I know for a fact that I can still have a large audience listen to me and watch me without me speaking sexually. And I think that that's why a lot of people have a problem with me. I think a lot of my adversaries have a problem with me because, well, before they blacklisted my channel and did all of that crazy stuff that they did, I literally could come on here and talk about what I'm interested in, and I never had to speak about sex. Now, if we're talking about sex from a spiritual standpoint, you guys have heard me speak about that, and warning you guys. That's just like when I was talking to you guys a couple of months ago. Well, actually, I think it was last month. I think it was in October, when I was telling y'all, and I was oversharing, which I do, but I was telling y'all about like how when something toxic, or the energy from a toxic male that you may have slept with, is coming out of your body. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, Stefan. It just and I don't like it because the black community is already, like, as a whole, so unprotected. And to know that somebody like that is out here roaming around. But the way I see it is that if it's a black person that's doing something that I don't like, they don't represent me. Yeah, JoJo dancing, you're right. You're right. Or, especially if it's coming out through the bowels, it will literally smell like sulfur. Like when that stuff finally comes out of your body and your body purges it. Yeah. But as far as like, but then I also talk about the good aspects, because I think that people cheat themselves when they don't connect spirit with the physical act of sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that that's why so many people are constantly looking for some kind of sexual thrill, because they don't actually take the time to, what's the word that I'm looking for, to connect, not with their own bodies or with other people. You know what I'm saying? And so, but other than that, I'm I don't need to talk about sex to get attention. I don't need to wear a push-up bra uh, and be hypersexual to get attention. I've never needed to do that. And that's just the way it is. And you know what? A lot of times you can still, I mean, I still be turning people on even though I'm not sexual. Like, to me, it actually, it doesn't matter. But for me to be outwardly sexual, y'all know I ain't never been that way. Never. I just, because I do have an interest, I have interesting things to talk about, and I just, and it's, when I talk about spirituality, definitely it's not entertaining, but I've always had the type of personality to where when I spoke about things, people would listen to me. So I don't need for people, and that's just like when I come on here without no makeup. I ain't trying to look like no glamour queen. I'll put my big afro puff in at the top of my head and just be chilling. I don't need to come on here looking like a beauty queen every time I do that. People are still going to listen to me. I still feel confident about myself. I don't need to look like a showgirl to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I never, and I have not changed in all of these years. I have always, always, always came on here my natural self. I'm not trying to cover up nothing. I'm not trying to hide nothing. Now when I felt like my skin was all messed up and blotched up from getting sunburned, I had to be honest about that because my forehead was two-toned. My forehead was two-toned. I had like, just, I don't know, like I've actually evened out my skin tone a whole lot. It looks, I'm happy with the results of what I've been doing with my skin, which is using I'm staying away from retinol products because, no, but I do use a vitamin C serum. It's got stem cells in it, and then I also use an AMB fade cream, and it works for me. And then I also make sure during the day I use a moisturizer that has SPF 50 in it. So, you know, it's just I don't know, like I don't, and I feel like, I don't know. It feels uncomfortable with certain people, not just with certain people, but just the way people talk about sex. You start feeling sexually dumb, and it's not because those people are more advanced sexually than you. No, talking about sex and speaking raunchy does not make you more sexually advanced than another person. It doesn't make you, but it kind of makes you feel like they're trying to pull you back to some kind of immature place that you don't want to be in. And I don't like it, and I think that that's a huge problem with a lot of people, is their sexual immaturity. you know and if I'm listening to a grown woman, I want her to talk like a grown woman, or a grown man. I actually respect and value subtlety. I've been feeling this way for years, and it's even worse because people on this website, that were trying to force themselves on me, they would gross me out. Like the way they would talk, like I would literally have to meditate and forget about what they were saying. It was almost like some of these people are trying to retrain your brain to look at sex the way that they do. And I'm like, I don't want to look at. I enjoy sex. You know, I enjoy sex in the way that I enjoy it, and I don't want to have a sexual conversation with you because number one, I'm not planning on having sex with you. But it's trashy. It's weird. And then especially if you get to talking about having sex with children, there's some people that will mix the conversation. I'm still confused about that. If you're going to have a conversation about sex, okay, that's fine. I may not like the wording that you use. I may not like the way you're describing it because it's a totally different experience for me. But somewhere in the conversation, it turns into the raping of kids. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Because I feel like if you're going to have a conversation about that, you need to warn people and say, hey, I'm going to be, you know, stick with the topic. You know, I don't want to go from having a steamy conversation about sex to sex with children. I'm real. That's sus. No, because when you start talking about the raping of children, I get turned off. Me personally, hearing someone talk about children in that way is not a turn on for me. It's a turn off. Anyway, so that's why I mind what I watch on here anyway. It's certain people that I've even met before. I would, you can't pay me to watch a live stream that they do. You can't pay me. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's just like I don't want to talk about sex in the same conversation as defecation, as if the two go together. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm gonna, yeah. And it's not a phobia. It's just that, and I'm not gonna numb myself. No, I'm not gonna change myself. I'm just gonna not listen to you or like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna. You know, I've been dating this guy for like the past couple of months, and it's so interesting. It's so refreshing. Like it really, really is. Just being able to talk to him about my grandkids and just to have a normal conversation to where I know for a fact that he is never going to say something crazy or outlandish about kids. Like, I don't have to be scared anymore. Like, I don't have to have my guard up or expect this man to say something stupid and crazy. Like it's very refreshing. And so I've been literally having such a good time because of that, y'all. Seriously. Like it's just been nice because it just you get tired of, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like you just get tired of just weirdness. Okay. You just it, you know. Mhm. Because if I were looking for someone that's a husband, his conversation, what he speaks about, what he thinks about, what that's like one of the most important things is what he thinks about, the way he looks at things. Just have a normal, regular conversation about my grandchildren, and it's just It's refreshing, you know? It's very refreshing. That's all I got to say about the situation. So, anyway, yeah, I just want this channel to grow back to where it was. And, you know, um, hopefully it'll be quick to just keep these people off of my channel, because I personally think that they have like some kind of weird sexual obsession with me, and they're mad because I'm not equally yoked with them. It's like a mismatch, and they're mad because I'm not interested in, because I just don't care. I just really don't like those people or care. And then they'll get mad, and you just be like, well, what do you expect? Like, you're not exactly a likable person. You're not by somebody like me. Why isn't the people that like you and embrace you, why aren't they good enough? Why does it have to be me? Why do I have to like you? Because I'm never going to like you, and you're not going to force me. You're not going to force me to be into those conversations or into the same thing that you're into. So what you what do you want me to do? You want me to not be true to myself? You want me to lie to myself? You want me to change? What do you think, you can bully me? What do you think, I'm the type of person? You think I'm you think I'm the type of person that's going to be bullied? You think I'm the type of person that's going to be forced into something that I don't want to do? Okay, well, you can keep thinking that. You're just going to make a fool of yourself because you got the wrong person. So, and it does irritate me, you guys. I will admit that it's such a disappointment when I come to my social media, and those of you that vibe with me, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying y'all chop liver or whatever. I just want more. I just want more people. I want the channel to grow to where things are just back to normal, to where I'm mainly, conversing with people that, while they may not agree with nobody is going to necessarily agree with every single solitary thing that you believe in, or what you say, but it's still that common ground. It's that happy medium, so yeah. So that's pretty much, I felt like putting it out in the universe. I had never seen anything like that before. People trying to force an association with certain types of people, and then the people get mad. No, I'm not anything like you. No, that's not true. Why are you such a liar? Why are you weird? Weird. So, anywho, y'all, that's pretty much it, you guys. I thought I would come and put that out in the universe. Again, for some reason, I just drank some milk and I done got sleepy again. Milk be making me sleepy, y'all, like a baby. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go take a shower and get in the bed. Y'all have a happy Sunday. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed as I fall asleep that I wake up in the morning. The weirdness will not exist. At least not on my channel. It's just weirdly, oddly weird. Hey, I don't want anything to do with you. Hey, I'm gonna try to force you. You are? Hmm. Desperate much? I don't even look like the type of person. Like, I don't even look the part. I don't even look the part, to the point where these people were so desperate that they will literally take screenshots, alter them, and try to make me even look the part that they want me to play in their weirdness. And it's like, nope, Nope. I can come right on here and cam up. I can promise you that not only am I how badly if it's probably cutting in and out. I just saw this thing. Y'all have no idea how badly I just want this one particular person. And you know what? The truth of the matter is that that person goes away when I stop paying attention to that person. So, and there's some people that just want to accept defeat. I've already let this person know. Not only did you lost, you lost, you lost. You don't have no power over me. You can't change nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't make nothing happen. You can't kill shit. You can't make shit die. So over here. So now what? You know what I'm saying? And there's no need for me to even you know what I'm saying, going back and forth, man. Like, it's so unpleasant. And all I gotta say, because I am a sensitive and I'm very telepathic, all I gotta say is that I have done the work to just like to where it's just like people like that don't exist. And then also you gotta protect yourself from people that are, sorry about that. I don't know how I accidentally flipped off. Um you have to protect yourself from people that are trying to like just get access to you, think of me like, oh, pay attention to me. I want attention, and constantly trying to keep in contact with you. That's one thing that irritates me, which is why I now do not answer strange messages from strange people in social media, because you better believe that if a strange person comes up to you in social media, because everybody knows, do not contact me in social media like that, asking me about readings, asking me about spiritual work. Stalkers, Cashapp me, or either go to my website, go to my link tree. And if you're serious, I only deal with serious inquiries. A serious inquiry for me is somebody that has went and checked out through PayPal or Cash App or my website. Period. End the story. There's nothing else to talk about. Like, do not do like for real. I think, and you know what? I'm gonna do that on TikTok too. You know what? Some of my peeps send me messages, like some of my friends on there that I really like. I don't respond to solicitations because of that. Like, if you're serious about contacting me about spiritual work or either a reading, you're gonna pay for it, and that's pretty much it. And otherwise, I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk to anybody that's coming at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Inquiring with me in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been weird. And then especially some of these perverted men. Oh God. They are thirsty, they are parasitic, and they are on the prowl, constantly looking for attention. You know what I mean? So anyway, y'all have a good one. Blessings to y'all. Get out of here. I'm tired. And I still gotta muster up enough strength to go in here and take a quick shower. So I gotta go. All right, y'all. Have a happy Sunday. Bye.